Hi there, I'm Matt Keene. Welcome to Creating a Future We Want. In 2009, I got up about 5:30 in the morning. I'm a morning lark. And it's coming down these very stairs, slightly different stairs at the time. Step, step, step. Very early, very quiet, very little sound, no aircraft noise yet, no cars really, just the birds singing, tiny little light in the sky. Boom! Stepped onto the ground right here. And at that moment, I had this very powerful notion that I needed to build a house. Just like that. Never had any experience building a house, designing a home. My wife and I didn't have any money at the time. Not really. I had a lot of debt, a lot of dollar signs attached to my name. And I, later that day, she's a night owl, not a morning lark. Later that day, we walked out on the front porch of the house that was here, and I said, Antoinette, what do you think? What do you think about we design and build a house right here? We were planning a wedding, I think. She was not really interested in a radical idea at that moment. She was just like, yeah, Matt, okay. She already knew how to handle me already, right then. And so in this series, this home design series, I want to share through a series of little posts like this, our praxis for home design and the process we went through, right, to build this home behind me now. It's on the exact same footprint as the home that was here, built in 1922. And there's going to be many facets to this, but a fundamental component of this praxis are the principles of home design that we brought to this. The first principle that we kind of crafted shortly after that conversation on the front porch was to build it for the inhabitants, our neighbors, in a relatively urban environment here, and the community. It was to serve those three groups. The next principle was to embrace complexity. The notion that things are changing fast. That change is accelerating in many directions. There is divergence in the challenges we are going to confront through this process because we know nothing and we're jumping right into that uncertainty and that unpredictability. And so in the design of the home and the process of permitting and design and financing and all that stuff, instead of assuming there's some sort of a linear cause and effect, assuming that there's a straight line path to getting a permit or choosing how to design the staircase, started out with the notion that this is going to be a dynamic, unpredictable, probably, sadly, in a lot of ways, volatile process. The final was sustainability. That was the final principle, the third principle that we really emphasized from the beginning. And we were certainly thinking about the sustainability of nature and, for instance, all of materials here and supply chains related to this. But, also how sustainable is it for us to go bankrupt? So balancing those different notions of sustainability, that was a guiding principle. Now, what do those mean for us? Well, we use them all, throughout all decision-making processes. Sometimes explicitly, sometimes just because we had placed those principles at the fore from the beginning. So this series, Principles of Home Design, our praxis for designing and developing this property, building this home, That's what this series is going to be all about. I'm Matt Keene. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want.